Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here. It's Wednesday the 1st of February, so we're entering the last month of winter 2011-2012, and it's not been too bad really, has it, so far. I guess when the stats are in for January, we'll be showing temperatures well above normal for the time of year once again. So again, we've got away with it through most of January. Yes, we've got the cold snap now, but really it could have been much worse. Of course, as soon as the stats are available, I'll show you. This site's kept free of charge by the adverts that are around the screen here, so if you see an advert you like, click on it, go through to the advertiser. It generates revenue for us and shows the advertiser that you're interested in what we're doing. And also, don't forget to tell as many of your friends about us as possible, because the more people that come, the more stuff we can do on the site. Now, this video, if I included everything I want to, would be so long this morning. So what I'm going to do is issue another video this afternoon, which will take a look at the rest of February and how things look like they're going to shape up towards the second half of the month, because there's some really interesting stuff coming out from the CFS model. It presents one or two interesting solutions, so I'm going to get that out and we'll update the video again later on during the course of today, and of course I'll let you know when that happens. I'm expecting to be online by about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Okay, so but let's get on with this morning's video first of all. Here's the global temperatures from Ryan Maui's site, which I've been showing you over the last few days. They start from the beginning of the month, and this is global temperature anomaly. So this is all around the world, taking all the temperatures into account and looking at whether they're above or below normal for the time of year. And you can see how they've gradually come off. Look, they went below normal on the 11th of January. They've come right the way down, look. Although they are forecast to pick up a little bit up till the 6th and 7th, so into the back end, into the beginning part of next week, before coming off again as we head into the week next. That's interesting. Excuse me. That's interesting in terms of the CFS model, which I want to show you in this afternoon's video. This again is from Ryan Maui's site. This is the 8-day average temperature across Europe, running from today through to the 9th. So that's taken us through to when, next Thursday, and it's the anomaly of the temperature that we're interested in here. And you can see how most of Europe, look, in fact all of Europe, is below normal. These are in degrees Celsius, and it puts the British Isles at between 1 and 2 degrees Celsius below normal as an anomaly during that period. That reflecting the cold weather we have now. But look at this bitter, deep cold that's affecting much of Eastern Europe. You might have seen the post online about the wheat prices because of the effect of this cold in western parts of Russia. And there it is. Look at this deep cold through western Russia and the Ukraine. So it looks as if it's going to be in for the next week at least. This then takes us forward. This is the second half of the forecast period, running from the 9th, so from next Thursday to the following Thursday, so through to the 17th of February. And again, temperature anomaly shown. Look, the British Isles, a flip. It comes up to above normal levels during that week, but much of Eastern and Southern Europe stay below. Although notice how things do warm up through these areas that were bitterly cold previously. So there is a warming process predicted by the GFS model during this second week of the forecast period, taking us into the middle part of the month. But other models aren't quite seeing the same thing. GFS is on the warm side this morning. Here's the North Atlantic Oscillation. Look, starts off negative and then it goes into positive territory. So a slight increase in the westerlies coming across the Atlantic around the middle to late part of next week, before it goes back into neutral to negative territory once again, perhaps hinting at those westerlies starting to break down once again. The Arctic Oscillation, well, that's how this looks. There's the Arctic Oscillation. It stays in negative territory. So the negative territory basically aids the fall off of cold air from the pole. And what I think we need to see here, people, from this is, you see how it comes up to near neutral levels. So middle to the end of next week. But then look, it dips right the way back down into neutral again, hinting that that cold air has a second shot. And it's this impression I'm building of this cold air trying to get a second shot in before the middle part of the month. That's where I'm going with my long ranges just at the moment. So how do the charts see over the next few days? Well, this is the ECMWF, and you can get this from the site that you're on now. Just go to the top, look, click on weather charts that are there at the top of the page, and then you've got your different forecast models down the side here. This is the ECMWF. You can play through using the tools that are here, and we give you the date and the time at the top there. There's the analysis for today, there's tomorrow, we're going into Friday here. This is overnight into Saturday. There's overnight to Sunday. Here's the front coming into the west, which is going to be bringing some rain, possibly preceded by some snow across on its leading edge. But at the moment, I'm not thinking there's going to be a great deal of snow on that as it comes through. There is Monday look, and GFS trying to put us all into milder conditions. But do notice that this high is still quite close. Look, that's still a southeast feed feeding through southeast England, and I remain to be convinced that this cold air really is going to get kicked out of southeast England and southern parts of England before Wednesday of next week. I've always had this idea of the 10th in my mind. Now, I may be a couple of days out there, it may be the 8th or the 9th, but I still think that it could be a few days before that actually finally gets kicked out of the way. And then we're into the end of into the middle of next week. So this is the 8th, so this is next Wednesday, and then into a Thursday and into Friday. And you see how the ECMWF keeps things mild, but then it does make a change. Look, it brings more unsettled conditions in to the north through the back end of the week and into next weekend. So this is the 11th, so this will be next Saturday. What I want you to look at here though is that the jet stream, notice how close together the colours are here. This is the jet stream trying to get re-established to the north of Scotland. Now, what I think could happen here, and the ECMWF is trying to hint at it, is that this ridge could build north. We could see a trough going into Central and Eastern Europe, which would bring the flow into the north, which could give us a second shot of cold air, but not from the east this time from the north, which would bring snow showers or perhaps longer spells of snow, particularly to the north and to the east as well. And I think that's what we need to watch for. Take a look at the Canadian. Excuse me. And the Canadian has a similar tale to tell. There we are. Look, if we knock it on, we'll take it through. Here's coming up the weekend. There's the front going through, taking the cooler conditions with it. But look, it holds on to this cooler weather across the southeast for longer than the ECMWF does. And then we find it going more into milder conditions as we get into the middle of next week. But it too develops this jet stream across the north. And it's that jet stream across the north that the GEM model is hinting at here that we need to watch. Look, it does try and bring it into the northwest, and it's got this ridge here. If this builds north, we go into this northerly to northwesterly flow. And I'll give you more details about the about what I see for the middle to the end of the month from the CFS model, which is producing some interesting results. I'll do that in this afternoon's video. So thanks for watching, and keep the sun shining, and don't forget the adverts are there for you to click on. Generates revenue for us, as I said, and keeps the site free of charge. Thank you for watching.